So cutting straight to the chase, if you own Destiny 2 and you've also bought yourself a Steam Deck in high hopes that you could actually play it on a handheld device, then they have issued a warning to not do it. More specifically, they've issued a warning saying that if you try and get around the mechanisms to put it on the Steam Deck, then they will be issuing out bans for it. This can all be found on the Destiny 2 help page if you want to find more on this, but basically they said that the game is not supported for Steam Deck or anything else utilizing Steam Play's Proton unless Windows is installed and running. So this is a statement from Bungee that you need to take account of. It says, players who attempt to launch Destiny 2 on the Steam Deck through Steam OS or Proton will be unable to enter the game and will be returned to their game library after a short time. However, they said if you try and circumvent this or bypass Destiny 2 incompatibility with the Steam Deck, then you'll be met with a ban. Now, if you want to read all the theories on why they've done this, then I'm going to link you in a Reddit post below. Now, I'll be the first to admit that a lot of these theories go way over my pay grade, but I will just read you one small segment from Floating Atoll. Now, he's given his theory on why this is the case. He's got 25 years working with Linux, and basically he's come out and said, and I am snippeting one section from this, so go read the full thing on the post, but he said, I would not trust anti-cheat systems on Linux because Linux has no mechanism to be booted in a mode that cannot be modified by the user. View EFI boot shims pass off control to a kernel that has no OS secure boot attestation capability, which means that the only protections against Ring 0 anti-cheat are hoping that a Linux system does not have an arbitrary execution CVE. Pro tip, they all do eventually, so Valve is, I am certain, asking game developers to take a bet against cheat developers gaining root execution access to Linux on the Steam Deck. No bet. I'm not going to try and explain that because I don't really have a clue, it's way above my pay grade, but the general layman's gist I got from it was the fact that Linux is less secure than Windows and Bungee aren't affording to take that risk. Which kind of makes sense because if you're familiar with OBS and streaming Destiny, then you'll know that they don't allow you to capture any of their sources through the game source, and they have very aggressive anti-cheat protocols in place to keep the game as safe as possible. Anyway, as per usual, let me know in the comments below if you have any experience with the Steam anti-cheat system or any anti-cheats on Destiny, or you know more about Linux and you've got experience on this, because I personally would be very interested to kind of have more knowledge on it and get a little bit of understanding on the topic. Also, if you bought a Steam Deck for Destiny 2, then also let me know if you're disappointed about this decision, or you know, was it a risk when you bought it? Let's have a great conversation, but until then, have a great week everyone, and I'll be back with more games, news and reviews soon.